All right, bro. I already regret this. Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford film study. We got to look at it. Canelo Alvarez, Williams School. This took place in May of 2025. It pissed a lot of people off because it was a snooze fest. It was one of the most boring fights of the year. Canelo fans will blame Williams School for that. Canelo haters will blame Canelo for that. Let's watch. Regrettably, let's watch. We absolutely have to. I don't know how many highlights you're going to get from this. Here's something to take away from this. Terence Crawford, one, he'll probably be a southpaw for this fight. He's a switch hitter, but he's been a southpaw by a vastly higher percentage than he's been an orthodox fighter in recent years. And if you look at the Madrimov fight, the entire fight, he was in the southpaw stance, basically. School is not. But as far as what we're going to see, I think there are going to be more parallels from this fight than the Crawford-Madrimov one. Because the Crawford-Madrimov one, stylistically, Canelo Alvarez is not like Madrimov. Madrimov is going to use more energy. He's not going to plod around. He's going to try to cut off the ring differently like Canelo Alvarez would. Canelo Alvarez wants to really plant his feet and throw some of these shots. Madrimov was moving around a little bit more, bouncing in and out, that Soviet style. And Canelo Alvarez is going to fight a little bit of a different fight. But with School, utilizing every single inch of the ring, giving every angle possible, moving around, jabbing a lot, Terence Crawford is going to do a lot of that. Now, he's going to do it probably from a different stance, and I don't think he's going to throw as little, perhaps. But he didn't throw like a ton of punches in that last fight. Madrimov actually only threw about 275. Terence Crawford was around 433. So still with Terence Crawford, you're getting 30-something punches per round, which is approximately, you're still getting a double-digit amount of punches per minute. That's fine in terms of output. But a lot of those were jabs. And in this fight, Williams School, a lot of jabs. Crawford, by the way, 5'8"-ish with a reach advantage of maybe 4 inches. He has a 74-inch reach. Canelo Alvarez is in 70, and that's 70 and a half range. So that's something to keep in mind too. The School's doing what he needs to. Canelo Alvarez trying to cut off the ring, kind of more so following him around. School lands a couple jabs there. This is the second round because ain't shit happened in the first round. Right hook to the body, gets out of there. That's good stuff. Canelo just takes it. He's not worried about that. Canelo Alvarez still has those reflexes. You could say he's lost a step. I mean, after 20 years of doing this professionally and now you're in your mid-30s, probably true. Slips a jab, beautiful there. Goes to the body. Can't really tell if he got all of it from that angle, but look for that. Especially when Terence Crawford's jabbing from that southpaw stance. So you got that right hand out there. Canelo Alvarez could lean. And because Terence Crawford's going to have that right foot forward from the southpaw stance, it's going to be a little bit less in terms of distance for Canelo Alvarez to get to that left hook to the body, for example, because that right hand is going to be here. Because that right hand is going to be here. So it's going to be here, straight. Camera, straight. And then right here, this liver area, the ribs, so to speak, will be open, like right in that body. So that's something that Terence Crawford is going to have to watch out for when Canelo Alvarez is pressuring and on the move and he slips his jab just like this. It'll come from a different stance. So Terence Crawford, watch out for that. Shot to the body there. One of the things that I noted in the Crawford video in the earlier parts of this was because he's coming from the southpaw stance, you're going to see a lot of left uppercut, right hook. So left uppercut, right hook, straight left hand. Okay. So it'll be over here. Because Canelo Alvarez is a righty, he's going to fight from the orthodox stance. It's going to be right uppercut, left hook, right hand. So doing it from your seat could be awkward, but I think it's clear the message, what I'm trying to give off here. And this made me think of this because right hook to the body, and then left hook up top. Canelo loves that. To a southpaw, Terence Crawford is going to have like a millisecond more time to see that right hand coming. Wonder how Canelo Alvarez is going to adjust to that. It might just be what we saw before, like more slipping of the jab, going to that left hand, planting your foot, putting, your weight on that foot, and then being able to let that left hook to the body go. So just slipping the jab, just and just letting it rip, to that side area of Terence Crawford. Canelo Alvarez is listed roughly 5'7", 5'7.5". So you can call it 5'8" if you want. I sure will, because I'm around the same height. William Scull, 5'11.5". His reach is longer than that. He's in the low 70s. See, Canelo right here, he could step inside. William Scull doesn't want to let him. So he's jabbing more. He's just active with his hands, trying to force him back. Missed everything, but Canelo Alvarez is not throwing a lot. Lands a couple body shots there. Scull doesn't phase him at all. But those are 2 landed punches, which are meaningful in a fight where there are barely any landed punches. Canelo's not really moving his head much either. And Scull is just moving and throwing his jab. And again, that right hand, Scull has it well scouted from the standpoint of getting out of the way. Now, what Terence Crawford might do is he might actually slip this, try to throw a hook to the body or something along those lines, or get in that straight left hand before you're able to get this off entirely, which he did to Madrimov a couple of times in that fight. Maybe more than a couple, but a couple that we went over, where Madrimov is kind of almost telegraphing that jab or telegraphing a looping right hand. Terence Crawford's going to have that well scouted. He's going to do his homework. He's done his homework, him and his team, Bomac and everybody. And that right hand uses his elbow to get the shot out of the way. So he blocks it, moves, completely evades it, and he's in his right to do that. That's defense. That's defense. You can criticize all you want about not really punching after, but it was pissing off Canelo Alvarez that he wouldn't engage into the fight that Canelo wanted. But that's not William Scull's job. Now, William Scull, to be fair, you got to come in and take the championship, especially from a dude like Canelo, and didn't feel like he did that. Boom. Block left hook. Terence Crawford's not going to be a stationary target either. So we'll see how that chess match unfolds. Scull is missing a lot of these punches. There's a left hook to the body from Canelo. But because Scull is moving, he can't really hit him clean. Measuring. So he steps. William Scull steps to his left, but that's Canelo's right. That's what Canelo wants, so he can load up on this right hand. But he telegraphs it a little too much. Scull gets out of the way, throws a right hand, doesn't land anything. He has the right idea here, and Terence Crawford will do something like this. But that's a good counter to have in that situation. The problem is he doesn't land it. So Canelo doesn't land, he can't make him pay, and it's a nothing exchange, which there were a lot of these in this fight. There's just nothing exchanges, just ain't shit happening. And that's a shot that Canelo Alvarez has to watch out for Terence Crawford. He landed a few nice ones against Madrimov. Boom, uppercut. It'll probably come from the left, but Terence Crawford could throw some from the right. Just don't know if it'll be in an orthodox stance, but still. Here's Canelo moving to his right. Scull fakes that left hand. Boom. It's a good use of the left hand there to cause a little bit of a distraction for that uppercut. And now he's on the move again, and Canelo Alvarez is reluctantly on the chase. Lands a jab there, though. All right, bro. Scull's body language is awesome. He's just so confident. He's so confident. In his mind, he's outboxing the shit out of Canelo Alvarez. And to be fair, I thought it was a close fight. Honestly, it just should have been a draw, just on principle. Neither of you guys really deserve a win. Tom and Jerry, as one might say. I would just call it overly defensive boxing, but that's not as catchy. So, yeah, I suck at marketing. So that's why I do this and nobody knows about it. Skull's having a good ass time. There's an uppercut. Here's a right hook to the body that lands from Canelo Alvarez, one of the rare ones. The referee is like, yo, can y'all start fighting? I'm getting fucking bored out here and I'm about to fall asleep in the middle of this ring. Imagine doing this in a video game. They'd be ripping you to shreds. There's the classic Canelo defense where he turns his entire head to ensure that you miss the shot, just completely rolls it. Whoop! He's so good at this still. And a lot of coaches will be like, hey, I don't know if I want my fighters doing that. Well, specifically when you have like a novice. You know what I mean? See, this is where Canelo, this is one of the rare instances. This is one of the rare instances where Canelo Alvarez actually has William Scull where he wants him. Can't quite take full advantage of it because Scull's not going to stay there for long. So boom, couple shots, but like not really super effective ones. And here it's like, oh man, because he threw the right and the left hook to the body. So you have it here. Right hook, left hook, uppercut. Uppercut has to be right there. Easier said than done. Like I'm not here performing in front of how many tens of thousands of people and millions watching around the world, or hundreds of thousands maybe. But throws the right hook instead against the high guard. That's just tough. You know, you got to get it completely around. Scull just pushes off and we're back to defending. But like that's an opportunity Canelo Alvarez could have taken advantage of. And ultimately, he didn't get a lot of opportunities. He didn't earn a lot of these opportunities. And on the rare instances where he would get them, he didn't quite take full advantage of them. That's some Usyk Dubois shit. Canelo gets to keep him up warning. Honestly, if somebody's moving around like this and you're somebody who wants action, yeah, you're probably going to punch him in the balls on purpose just to get him to stop fucking moving. Couple nice jabs from William Scull there. There's a 1-1-2. There's a left hook here from Canelo. High guard. Boom. He loves throwing that shit out of the high guard too. That's how we call Edgar Berlanga. And these are opportunities I think Terence Crawford will take advantage of because he'll be more on the offensive than William Scull is. Now, to be fair to William Scull, he, while not being on the offensive, he was more on the offensive than Canelo Alvarez was in this fight. Like the output was extremely higher than Canelo Alvarez's. And Canelo Alvarez, I think, will throw more punches against Terence Crawford, but Terence Crawford will also return more fire. Like he was much more active against Madrimov than Madrimov was. And that's a big reason why he won that fight, was he was busier too. Boom, right uppercut from Scull. I know a lot of people are going to say and have said like William Scull was running the entire time, as he literally looks like he ran there because he kind of tripped when he moved off balance. That didn't look great. He was laughing at Canelo too. Canelo's not having it. Good shot to the body. Like I know a lot of people have said this and are going to say this, but it takes two. And then also like this is boxing. The objective is hitting and not getting hit. He wanted to set up one big shot to catch a moving target. And William Scull wanted to create all these different ways to just avoid Canelo Alvarez's biggest shots while throwing the occasional jab and straight right hand. But this isn't somebody who didn't have a game plan. Like he was coming in here to box. He was coming in here to box and he did that. Canelo Alvarez was coming in there to fight. And he tried to do that. Put ourselves through that. Might as well look at some numbers.